Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. President Biden still baffled by the border crisis. Most voters blame the president for inflation. A majority think it's time to accept COVID as normal. Folks in Florida told to look out for falling iguanas. Also ahead, the most dangerous law enforcement people in the country. But first, President Biden telling reporters he's still confused about the chaos unfolding at the southern border, said Mr. Biden, quote, "We're working a lot with neighboring countries. I think one of the fundamental things we've got to do is figure out why they're leaving in the first place," unquote. Vice President Harris released her 20-page plan to tackle the root causes of illegal immigration last July. Well, here's a bulletin to both Biden and Harris. The migrants come here because the USA is a better place than where they are. Got it? Root cause. Most Americans blaming Mr. Biden for inflation. According to a survey from ABC News, 69% give the administration a thumbs down on the issue. Just 29% think Mr. Biden's doing a good job. Respondents also giving the president low marks on the crime wave, illegal immigration, Ukraine, Afghanistan, on and on and on. On the virus front, 7 in 10 voters now agree with the following statement. It's time we accept that COVID is here and we need to get on with our lives, unquote. The poll from Monmouth highlighting a huge gap between political parties. 90% of Republicans are prepared to live with COVID compared to 47% of Democrats. Florida officials warning residents to watch out for falling iguanas. A recent cold snap in the Sunshine State, sending temperatures below 35 degrees in some places. The cold weather can paralyze the cold-blooded creatures in minutes. The lizards then tumble from the trees. The reptiles aren't usually dangerous to humans, but an adult male can grow to 5 feet and weigh more than 65 pounds, so if it falls on you, that might be dangerous. In a moment, terrible officers of the law. Right back. Bill O'Reilly here. It is time we diversify for the new year. Rate increases are already forecasted. Experts say apartment buildings and condominium values are on the rise. I have told you about NRIA. They have substantial properties already built and selling in top markets. They are targeting competitive annualized returns for investors and have a 15-year track record. This is the year to balance your investments with real estate and invest in a solid foundation. So please call the team at NRIA, and you will be very happy you did. 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414. Or you can visit them at nria.net. That's nria.net.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Law and not much order at most of the nation's largest cities. Progressive DAs are getting people killed because they will not enforce the law. Let's start in New York City. After being sworn in, District Attorney Alvin Bragg instructed his office to stop prosecuting crimes like trespassing, resisting arrest, prostitution, drug possession, and sale. It's unbelievable. Bragg says if a criminal walks into a small business, bodega, deli, with a gun and steals stuff, it's not a felony anymore. It's a misdemeanor. Of course, Bragg has no power to change the state of New York's law. Governor Kathy Hochul met with Bragg last week after 2 police officers were killed in Harlem and said, quote, "I reiterated my belief that safety and justice must go hand in hand. I will continue to work with all of our district attorneys, Mayor Adams, the NYPD, and every New Yorker who's working to restore our sense of security and enforce our laws," unquote. But will Ms. Hochul fight the insane no bail laws in New York State? No, she will not. So you're part of the problem, madam. In Los Angeles County, District Attorney George Gascon, he's also dangerous. He was elected in 2020. Since taking office, all juveniles are no longer charged as adults, even if they commit murder. Cash bail has been eliminated for most crimes. Misdemeanors are diverted out of the criminal justice system. No punishment. The result? Mass robbery across the nation's largest county. Now, the LA County Registrar approved a recall petition against Gascon on January 28th. A recall election will be held if 10% of LA County signs the petition, which will happen. That man is a menace. Organizers behind the petition say, quote, "We're sick and tired of living in the pro-criminal paradise Gascon has created," unquote. In San Francisco, it's even worse. District Attorney Chesa Boudin is already being recalled. That election's in June because he won't enforce the law either. After taking office in 2020, Boudin stopped prosecuting crimes like drug dealing, car theft, assault, public defecation. He has released 73% of San Francisco's jail population. Chesa Boudin will face a recall election, as I said, and the petition to remove him collected 90,000 signatures. This horror goes on and on. Kim Foxx in Chicago will not enforce the law. So, while many innocent Chicagoans suffer, those who voted for Foxx deserve what she's giving them. It is insane across the country. Progressive law enforcement. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve the message by writing it. If you would like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. In a moment, something you might not know. Folks, everything's getting more expensive. We're in the biggest economic crisis since 2008, with a government that is spending out of control. Consumer prices the highest we've seen in 30 years. Inflation is here. So while paper money could eventually decline in value, you must consider real tangible things that will always maintain their value. How do you protect your money, your retirement, your savings? With American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to hedge your hard-earned savings against inflation by diversifying a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. So please give them a call, and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and you may get up to $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. 877-444-GOLD, text GOLD to 65532. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 19 years ago today, the Space Shuttle Columbia broke up on re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. The explosion changed NASA safety protocols and ultimately ended this country's space shuttle program. Here is the story. The Columbia's first flight took place in 1981. During its 22 years in operation, the spacecraft flew 28 missions. In total, the ship spent 300 days in space, orbiting the Earth 5,000 times. Columbia's final flight launched on January 16, 2003, carrying 7 U.S. astronauts. On February 1st, the ship was re-entering the atmosphere when it exploded 40 miles above Texas. It was traveling 23 times faster than the speed of sound. The event was broadcast on live television all over the world. Residents in the area heard a loud boom and saw streaks of smoke in the sky. Debris and the remains of the crew members were found in more than 2,000 locations across the southern USA and the Midwest. The destruction of Columbia occurred 17 years after the loss of Challenger on January 28, 1986. After an extensive investigation, NASA confirmed the left wing of Columbia was damaged during launch. In the aftermath, NASA grounded the remaining 3 space shuttles, Discovery, Atlantic, and Endeavour, and then the program was suspended forever. During the 30-year space shuttle program, 355 astronauts traveled aboard the 5 ships. In total, the fleet flew more than 542 million miles. Today, American astronauts fly to the International Space Station using Russian equipment or commercial spacecraft like Elon Musk's SpaceX rocket. And here's something else you might not know. While Columbia and the other shuttles may be grounded, their contribution goes on. The fleet was instrumental in pioneering research on communication satellites, telescopes, the development of new plastics, heat shields, medical equipment, even radiation treatment for cancer. Back after this. The COVID pandemic has shined a light on the biotech industry and how it can benefit our health. My go-to tech expert, Jeff Brown, angel investor and editor of Brownstone Research, tells me the biotech sector is seeing accelerated growth in therapeutic and tech development, yet the sector is undervalued. So even with the volatility in the economy, Jeff is bullish about biotech in 2022. His newsletters at Brownstone Research will educate you on how the latest technology affects our lives and how to profit from it. It is important to have an independent expert who is accountable only to you, helping to grow your 401k and retirement savings. Get help preserving your wealth. Sign up for Jeff's newsletter today. Please go to jeffbrowntech.com. 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 Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.